So, I'm on a lunch break right now, which means I have time to make a kind of short video. I wanted to discuss my many attempts at making a Spider-Man series. It's it's been a long history, let me tell you. So, it all starts back in 2013. I had recently moved to the house I'm living in right now, and I decided to make a series of Lego Spider-Man fight scenes. It never went anywhere. Episode 1 is still up. It's a very short fight with Spider-Man and the Lizard, and for some reason, Phineas and Ferb music is in the background. Yeah. So, cut to 3 years later. I'm going, it's 2016, April of 2016, and there's break, spring break during April. So during spring break, we went to Florida. Me and my parents went to Florida. We went to Universal and Legoland. And I was really into Spider-Man at the time, and I was also, at the time, I don't know what happened between me, with me and stop motion. I got into it in 2012, and then I think, quit at some point, or I don't remember. I just remember I used to suck at it. It wasn't until 2018 when they actually started getting decent, but I'll get to that later. So, I had this weird plot. It was weird. For some reason, okay, so the first episode is going to be about Doc Ock. I filmed some of it. This was before I even had a set, so I just had this giant this giant wooden plank with a bunch of base plates glued to it I got for Christmas one year. And I just filmed it on there, and it was literally sitting on my bed. Yeah, it was very early on. So, that's what I did. I filmed on this base plate, and never went anywhere, because, like I said, I sucked at stop motion at the time. So, but I remember the plot was going to be Doc Ock. It was going to be like this. Venom was going to be in episode 2, and the symbiote was like a time traveling alien or something. It was very weird. Anyways, so that series never went anywhere, even though I kept talking about it on my old channel. But yeah, cut to 2017, I think, and I decide I'm gonna do a Spider-Man series, but because I suck at stop motion, I'm making it in real time. So as in just a regular video. It was boring. And this one had a weird plot too. I ended up doing 6 episodes. None of them were very good. The fight scenes were terrible because it was all in like one shot in real time. So it was really just me playing with Legos. It was terrible, but the first episode had a weird Green Goblin origin. Norman Osborn drinks some potion or whatever, and then the ghost of the Green Goblin talks to him and is like, I'm an alien ghost from a planet that exploded or some crap. It was weird. Anyways, that lasted for 6 episodes, and then I deleted all of them because it was garbage. Then I rebooted again, this time in real-time video again. First episode, I definitely improved on the action scenes, but it was still bad. Episode 1 was about Rhino. Episode 2 was a mess. I guess Shocker killed Uncle Ben in this series, and Spider-Man goes after Shocker. But then Rhino shows up again, and oh yeah, and I remember Chameleon was the main villain because I was watching Spectacular Spider-Man and I thought Tombstone was Chameleon, so that's why. Anyways, so after that series, my friend Joe, or Taipei Joey 101 is his YouTube channel. He made a character named Echo, which I am going to use in my new Spider-Man series. He's basically Carnage's brother. And, yeah. And he gets blinded during a fight with Cletus Cassidy. So, yeah. It was a cool idea. We've modified him to make the name Echo actually make sense. And yes, I know there is a Marvel character named Echo who's like Kingpin's daughter or something. Well, there's two Marvel characters named Nova. One is Buckethead, and the other is that weird female Human Torch that works for Galactus or whatever. So, I don't think that really matters. So anyways, yeah, he kept telling me he wanted to see him, so I basically rushed the whole symbiote plot. So Cletus becomes Carnage, and then I remember they fought Vulture in their school. And then there was part 2, and Deadpool was in it, and he fought Barakapool, the weird X-Men Origins Deadpool. Yeah, that one got canceled because it was just a mess. Then I tried to actually make it in stop motion again. And this one's still available. It was never finished, but I managed, I guess. So I have this app called Google Photos, and I guess it got archived in Google Photos. It's up now on the channel, Spider-Man, the Mysterious Spider-Man. I will explain it, even though you can watch it. Basically, I guess it was about Sandman. Like, Spider-Man tells his origin, and then Sandman becomes Sandman. And the scene where he actually becomes Sandman was animated pretty well. Especially for the time. I remember I was still using that base plate I talked about, and I was filming on a counter. Yeah. Well, that I canceled. I guess I just didn't like the idea. And then the next one came out. This was the first one that was officially, the first stop motion one that was actually released. And I was actually going to make episode 2. And this one is kind of still up. My friend, Joe, Taipei Joey 101, he did a reaction video to it when it came out. I actually re-uploaded it to my channel. So you can still watch it with occasional commentary from him. But it still exists in its entirety. It's still watchable. He just makes an occasional joke. You can still tell what everyone's saying. Well, anyways, so yeah, this was the first one that actually had a good plot. The animation was actually not that bad. The only thing that was bad was the quality was awful for some reason. I know it's not the reaction video. It was awful in the original one, I remember. Anyways, basically, I tried a few attempts at doing the Enforcers plot with Shocker, Fancy Dan, and Ox. For some reason, I cut Ox out of the final version. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, anyways, that one I was going to make episode 2 about Kraven, and I almost finished it. But I was having trouble filming the final fight, and I was just kind of tired of working on it. The final fight was supposed to be this big rooftop chase with Craven, and yeah, it just never got finished or released. And the only footage I found from it was, for some reason, the origin for Vulture, and he was the villain of episode 3, which is, I don't know why it was there, but it exists. I found it on Facebook. I used to use Facebook a lot, and I guess I uploaded that as like a preview for it. Anyways, yeah, that series, it didn't really go anywhere, but it was mainly because of my channel deletion and it just being really old by the time I wanted to continue it. So I made another remake. This is the one that I uploaded to this channel. Like, this one I made, I think, 2020. Or was it? I don't know if it was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. And it wasn't very good. I'm pretty sure all of you have seen Paradox Pictures' Spider-Man series, and I think most of us can agree that episode 1 of that series is awful. And, it's just a mess. That's basically what this attempt at Spider-Man was. You see, with Paradox Pictures, he was trying to set up way too much stuff in one episode. And it was really short. And the dialogue wasn't very good. Yeah, this is what this was. This didn't even have a script. This was before, no, it wasn't before I wrote scripts. This was 2020. The first script I wrote was for Lego G.I. Joe, which was a canceled project, which I have some footage of if you want to check that out. But anyways, yeah, I decided to stop writing scripts for this. I don't know why, but it was bad. Like, okay, I have this plot about Kingpin hiring Shocker to kill Spider-Man, or not kill Spider-Man, capture him. So I have that plot. At the same time, I'm trying to set up Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Lizard. It's just, it was a mess. Yeah. The animation was really good, though. Like, the animation on this one was great, but just the plot was rushed. Yeah. There were a few other attempts I made that never even, got animated. But now, I finally have the perfect Spider-Man plot. It's a remake of Spider-Man Unlimited, the one with Shocker and Fancy Dan. Except this time I actually added Ox. It's the same plot, except instead of Kingpin, it's the big man, because I want to save Kingpin for Punisher and Daredevil. So, yeah, but Kingpin will show up in Spider-Man eventually, just for one episode, though. But anyways, that's the history of me making Spider-Man stuff. Comment down below if you want to hear the history of my Batman struggle, because I've also been trying to make a Batman series for years, and luckily I finally got one that I actually like, which is Cape Crusader, and episode 2 I'm still working on it, but it will be out this month, hopefully, at least. So yeah, that's really it.